기쁘나 고난할 가족 빈마물이라도 하나 나오빠 못됐냐고 조조피디 가와두가 굴빨기야 못가다 원가 군비스 빈마물이라 가긴자마 꼭바콘 가와두가 굴빨기야 못되냐 같이 존나이 싸우둥라 더욱 주스탁 니께 그랍을 먹어 돌바다고 꼴야감도다 나가 주축 뭐가 샴푸파 볼라와나 직니 바물슬림 먹보다 나왕가 콤비스 물리라데스 운비하우동가 동김바낭 공객 완나 콤비스 징파야 물 군웅가비 툭는 방조 군내 물리라데스 집에도 왔나니 보고 동나무 샤논장 무치티토아키 지지하고 다위스 만나위스 동전을 아하코노 누레라 요누나세 지징위비도 안나이다위스 물리면 뭐겠니 우바나 둘라보다 야미주사 아요 너비스 또올라지 욕하고 나보다 나 윙키스 막도나 인킨 슬림머포도 나물레라 치군 너가 룬디 하동나 고온가비 지욕하 걸몰레라 인콘조 빼셔 너가 몰라라지 저리요 또랑지 알다디야 올라온 나치넥 바물레라 슬림머왕나 구비스킨 같이 존나이 싸우둥가 더욱 굶주스탁 니께 그랍을 먹어 돌바다본 꼴야감도다 나가 주축 뭐가 샴푸파 몰라와나 직니 바물슬림 먹보다 나왕가 콤비스 물리라데스 집에도 왔나니 보고 동나무 샤논장 무치티토아키 지지하고 다위스 만나위스 동전을 아하코노 누레라 요누나세 지징위비도 안나이다위스 물리면 뭐겠니 우바나 둘라보다 야미주사 아요 너비스 또올라지 욕하고
I can't see anything wrong with getting rid of people like that, as long as we don't end up on the list of the victims.
돈이란 나누 프라타 둥켜 서차도마토마 나라를 밤을지 구마나 긴권 샤시킨 내겐골 너가 물레라 제꾼 와마 꿈베스 진바야 물리 돈이라 나누 프라타 둥켜
Okay, I don't know about Davik's special contracts. Justice is one thing, but doing a crime lord's dirty work is something else.
같이 존나이 싸우둥가 더욱 굶주스탁 니께 그랍을 먹어 돌바다본 꼴야감도다 나가 주축 뭐가 샴푸파 몰라와나 직니 바물슬림 먹보다 나왕가 콤비스 물리라데스 운비하우동가 동김바낭 공객 완나 콤비스 징바야 물 군웅가비 툭는 방조 군내 물리라베스 같이 존나이 싸우둥가 더욱 굶주스탁 니께 그랍을 먹어 돈바다본 꼴야감도다 나가 주축 뭐가 샴푸파 Boyawana chikni. Bamul slimmopoda nawanga kumbis. Mulirades. Kipona. Ona nakacho. Kimba muliratuana. Taupa botenya kochocho piti. Kawadumpa kulpa iyamokata. Wanga kumbis. Kimba mulira. Kakinchana kokbakon. Kawadopa kupaia botella. Tunirana prata tunkyo. Searcha toma. Kawaulpa mulchi kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kolnova mulera jekon. Wama kumbes. Chimpaya muli. Tunirana prata tunko. Tunirana prata tunkyo. Searcha toma. Kawaulpa mulchi kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kolnova mulera jekon. Wama kumbes. Chimpaya muli. Tunirana prata tunko. Chiyoka kolmolera. Kinkon peshak. Nova muleraji. Rio Toranchi, Aitatia, Pulauna Chinek, Babuleras Limoanga Kubiskin, Tava Pudo, Tonerana no Prata Dumno, Searcha, Itoapanki, Undi Hautonga Tonkimbatan Konkek, Tunirana no Prata Tunkyo, Searcha toma. Kawaulpa mulchi kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kolnova mulera jekon. Wama kumbes. Chimpaya muli. Tunirana no prata dunko. Paris manaris. Tongjonea hakonon. Mulera yonunaze. Teaching with it one night I wish muli de bomone. Uvana pula boda. Yami juice. Ayo honopis. Tuulaji yokaku. Kava dumpa kulpi yeya mokapapa. Chiskani cho. Yinkin konoba mule. Rajikum. Togna mung shamunyang. Kawaulpa mulchi kumana. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanang konkek. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanang konkek. Wana kumbes chimpaya muli kunungkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne muli rabes. Jibeduana ni bobo. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanang konkek. Tunirana no prata tunkyo. Searcha toma. Kawaulpa mulchi kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kolnova mulera jekon. Wama kumbes. Chimpaya muli. Tunirana no prata dunko. Jibeduana ni bobo. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanang konkek. Tunirana no prata tunkyo. Searcha toma. Kawaulpa mulchi kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kolnova mulera jekon. Wama kumbes. Chimpaya muli. Tunirana no prata dunko. Kachicho naita haudunga. Taukum justak mike grabil mogo. Tulpada ukwaya gandoda naga chuchut. Moga shampumpa. Boyawana chikni. Bamul slimmopoda nawanga kumbis. Mulirades. Rundi hautonga tonkimbanang konkek. Wana kumbis. Chimpaya muli. kunungkabi, tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Kava dumpa kurpi ja mokapapa, Jiskanicho, Jinkin konoba mule, Rachikun, Tognavung Shamunjang, Kava vulpa mulje, kumana. Labuda na rinkis matoma, Jinkin slimo podona mule Rachikun, Nova rundi hatunga kuunkavi, Innova mulera kinkunchikun, Mucha shagpangpa. Rundi hatunga tongkimbadang kunkek. Tonga toras materia, hehe, ashuta. Unga kundistor piki kolyana. Chiyoka kolmolera. Kien konjo pesha. Nova moleraji. Terion toranchi. Aitatia. Pula una chimek. Bamulera slimoanga kubiskin. Chachis kadon puta. Kasamu baka. Ho 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 ho. Mochao donga ya fulki. Chibeduana ni bobo. Tongmamung shanongyang. Muchitito aki jijaku. Chachis kadon puta. Kasamu baka. Ho 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 ho. Mochao donga ya fulki. Kachichonai faudunga. Taukum justak mike grabil mogo. Torpada vunqua yagando danaga chuchut. Moga shampumpa. Boyawana chikni. Bamul slimo podana wanga kumbis. Muliragest. Tomba toras materia. Chiyoka kolmolera. Kien konjo pesha. Nova moleraji. Terion toranchi. Aitatia. Pula una chimek. Bamulera slimoanga kubiskin. Chibeduana ni bobo. Kachichonai faudunga. Labuda na rinkis matoma. Jinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hatunga kuunkavi. Tonga buksha umenong. Kava vulpa mulsli. Kumanabak mulera. Junion tunjichi. Aitaglana. Kava vulpa mulsli. Kumana. Labuda na rinkis matoma. Jinkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hatunga kuunkavi. Parish manarish. Donjonea hakono. Mulera yonunase. Jichin wibeduana itawish. Muline bovone. Ulana pula boda. Yami jusa. Ayo honopis. Tuulaji yokako. Tomba toras materia. Hehe. Ashuta. Unga kundis torpiki kolyana. Tunirana no prata tuncho. Searcha doma toma. Kala vulpa mulchi. Kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kolnova mulera chikun. Wama kumbes. Chimpala muli. Tunirana no prata dunko. Akuchikopa. Chino mulera kinpajak. Slimo puiduana. Kachichonai faudunga. Taukum justak mike grabil mogo. Turpada yagamdo danaga cucut. Boga shampumpa, boyawa na chikni. Ba muslim poda na wanga kumbis, mulirages. Lagoda na rinkis matoma. Inkin slimo podo na mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautunga tongkimbad ng tongkek. Wana kumbis, shimpalamui, kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo, kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na rinkis matoma. Inkin slimo podo na mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Chiyoka kon mulira. Kinkunjo pesha. Nova muliraji. Yotoranchi aitatia. Pula una chimek. Ba mulira slimo anga kubisking. Tomba toras materia. Kipona. Ona na kajo. Kimba mulira tuana. Taupa botenya gojojo piti. Kavadumpa kulpa iya mukata. Wanga kumbis kimba mulira. Kakinchana kokbakon. Kavadumpa kulpa iya botenya. Rundi hautunga tong kimba mangkongkek. Wana kumbis kimba yamui kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Tachichon naita haudunga. Taukum justak mike grabil mogo. Turpada yagando danaga cucut. Moga shampumpa boyawa na chikni. Ba muslimo poda na wanga kumbis mulirages. Turpada yagando danaga cucut. Kawana buta awiyat tagwa kankidora. Jilo murabi ni bobo. Wonga kumbis kang bamulira. Tonga ito ang jiji yumalit pa. Agin kotu tonga buksha umenong. Kavavol pa mulsi. Kumanabak mulira. Juni yun tun jiji ay tatuana. Kavavol pa mujwe. Kumana. Tunirana no prata tunkyo. Searcha toma toma. Kavavol pa mulsi. Kumana. Kinkon shashiken. Neken kol nova mulira jekun. Wana kumbes. Chimpala muli. Tunirana no prata tunko. Awis manawis. Tongjo mea hakono. Mulera yomunaze. Jijing wibidwa naita wish. Mulime momoni. Ulana tula boda. Yami jusa. Ayo honopis. Tuula jiyokako. Tawa narota. Ayo tatawa. Kankidoba na imejus. Kuchis kanayo. Potoga ya fulke. Kokola jiji. Wajanichu. Lagoda na rinkis matona. Inkin slimo podo na mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Tomba toras materia. Jibedwa nani bobo. Tomba unsha nunyan. Muchitito aki jijaku.
Hey, you can't just walk in here. This is the hidden back base. How do I know you're not a Vulkar spy sent to kill Gadon Thek? A lot of people want to go inside and speak to Gadon. He's a hero of the common folk. But the days of the Hidden Beck's open-door policy are gone. Between the Sith conquest and the Vulkar gang war, Gadon has more enemies than he used to. We're being careful about who we let in now. Well, we do need all the help we can get. And you don't look like you're with the Vulkars or the Sith. Besides, it's not like you can do anything to harm Gadon in the heart of his own base. Not with Zerdra watching his back. Go in and speak to Gadon if you want. Just remember to be on your best behavior. The Hidden Becks are watching you.
Hold it right there. Who are you, and what is your business with Gadon?
Calm down, Zerdra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadon. Brezhik and his Vulkars want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on sight, Zerdra? Like the Vulkars do? I will never let it come to that. Now step aside and let them pass.
As you wish. You can speak to Gadon if you want, but I've got my eye on you. You try anything and you'll be vaporized before you can say Vulkar spy.
You'll have to forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brezhik and the Vulkars began this war against us, she's been a little overzealous in her security duties. The problems with the Sith haven't helped things. Zerdra seems to forget that I know how to look after myself. Now, how can I help you? A foreign army invades Terrace, declares martial law, and locks down all travel to and from the planet? You damn well bet I have a problem with that. If the Sith ever moved in down here, all the swoop gangs would unite against them. We'd use hit-and-run guerrilla tactics to pick them off. Their casualties would be enormous.
Don't fool yourself. The Sith would never commit to that kind of operation. They'd probably do something much more grand and deadly.
But so far, the Sith have stayed out of the lower city, and our strength is wasted on this stupid gang war. I tried to explain this to Brezhik, but he and his Vulkars won't listen. I don't see any harm in that. What did you want to know?
Very tactful. Are you itching for a fight or something?
How dare you? I should kill you where you stand.
Calm down, Zerdra. I'm not ashamed of what I've become. As you can see, I lost my eyes in a swoop racing crash. I rely on these artificial replacements to see now. But my blindness was not the worst consequence of my accident. My affliction was what eventually led to this war between my Becks and the Vulkars. When I lost my sight in the swoop bike accident, everyone assumed I would step down as leader of the Hidden Becks and let Brezhik, my most trusted follower, take over. But with my ocular implants, I can still see well enough to lead this gang, and I knew Brezhik wasn't ready to take over yet. Unfortunately, Brezhik didn't agree with me. In a rage, he left to join our arch-rivals, the Black Vulkars. A lot of the younger gang members followed him, and soon he and his followers had taken control of the Vulkar gang. Brezhik is a proud man. My decision was a public humiliation for him. Maybe if I had stepped down, this gang war could have been avoided.
Don't fool yourself, Gadon. Brezhik wants to control the lower city gangs. If you'd stepped down, he'd have led the Becks against the Vulkars. He wanted this war, one way or another.
I know you're right, Zerdra. Brezhik won't rest until I am dead and the Becks are no more. But it's hard to accept the truth of his betrayal. I don't see any harm in that. What did you want to know? Not while the Sith quarantine is in place. Even the fastest smuggler ships can't break the blockade of the fleet surrounding the planet without the proper launch codes. Any ship leaving the Terrace atmosphere without the proper codes would be instantly disintegrated by blaster cannons fired by the Sith fleet's automated targeting systems. I don't see any harm in that. What did you want to know? The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the upper city about them as well. Could You don't look like you're with the Sith.
They might be spies, Gadden. They might be working for the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door. No, I think this off-worlder has his own agenda. I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang. But it might cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book. The Vulkars stripped those pods clean within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found. A female Republic officer named Bastila survived the crash. We Becks don't believe in intergalactic slavery, but the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner. Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
They still think Bastila's just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brejik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her. I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brejik's game to take over the lower city. He's offered her up as the Vulkar's share of the prize in the annual swoop gang race. By putting up such a valuable prize, Brejik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller gangs. Their numbers will allow him to finally destroy me and my followers.
So how do you propose we go about rescuing Bastila then? Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastila is to somehow win the big season opener of the swoop race. I might be able to help you with this, if you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose. You really don't have any other choice. Not if you want to get Bastila back. You should at least listen to what I have to say. The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hiddenbecks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back. Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. But I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Vale.
Mission? Gadden, you can't be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulkar base, it's her. Don't underestimate Mission or her Wookiee friend Zalbar. They're a formidable pair. Tough enough to go exploring the Undercity by themselves. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity. But you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator. A simple disguise might have worked on the Upper City card, but the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway. I like to be prepared. Eventually, the Sith are going to try to drive us out of the Undercity. Sith disguises might give my people the edge we need in a crucial battle. Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? I suggest you hurry. The swoop race is coming up, and we want you to have time to practice before the race.
Yes, what's on your mind? I guess I did say you could ask me questions later, didn't I? Is this really necessary? No, I don't have a problem with it, really. Go ahead and interrogate me. No, I was just joking, though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective. Neither was I, to tell the truth. I was on board as an advisor for the most part. The battle began so fast it's anyone's guess as to what actually happened. We lost the ship and a lot of good people, and for what? And the hope that the Jedi powers would save us somehow? Not that Bastila had much of an opportunity to act. We didn't choose that battle anyway, it got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? I mean, just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway? I don't know. Unless you consider that you were a last-minute addition to the crew roster and you just happened to be one of the survivors. No? Well, maybe. Don't get me wrong, it just seems odd that someone Bastila's party specifically requested to transfer aboard happens to survive. The Jedi requested numerous things when they came on board. I mean, hell, they practically took over the ship as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastila and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing, I know. I learned a long time ago not to take things at face value ever, and I hate surprises. I am working with you. I'd be a fool not to. I'd also be a fool not to expect the unexpected. Look, it has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things? Good. Like I said before, I prefer action to talk anyway.
Hold on there, civilian. Only those with official Sith business are allowed into the Undercity. Unless you've got the proper security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came. Let me see. Yeah, these look to be in order. Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rat ghouls, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
You there, Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5 credits! That's what it costs to use our elevator. 5 credits! We are the outcasts, banished and reviled by those who dwell above.
Here in the filth and darkness, we claw out a wretched existence, scavenging and begging just to survive long enough to see another wretched day.
This is our village. We live here in the Undercity. You have to pay us 5 credits for using our elevator. Please have pity on us. We have nothing. All we ask is a few credits to make our lives easier. Credits, my brother! We have credits. Now we can buy food and medicine.
Hush, or the others will hear us. They'll want our credits. We have to hide them.
Go on, you two, get out of here! I'm sorry about that. Those two beggars give everyone in the village a bad name. We aren't all like that, you know. Most of us are good people.
I'm sure you are, miss. It's just too bad your little welcoming committee is here to give people a bad first impression.
My name is Shalina. You're from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there? Not to you, I suppose, but you're probably used to its beauty by now. I've never been to the surface, but sometimes I think I can see it in my dreams. The sun, the sky, the stars. It all sounds so wonderful. Gendar, the leader of our village, tells me I should spend more time trying to improve things down here and less time dreaming about something I can never have. Maybe he's right. You probably think I'm a fool, having dreams of a place I've never even seen. But when I was little, Rukil used to tell me stories of what it was like up there. Rukil's the oldest man in the village. The kids call him Rukil Wrinkleskin, but he's a kind man. He used to tell me the greatest stories when I was a little girl. I still like to listen to his tales about the Promised Land, even though I know they're just legends, but it helps to make the Undercity seem less dark somehow. It's just a story to make little children smile. Rukil believes in it, though. Sometimes I can almost believe it myself, but then I look around and see the ugly truth. I guess we have to make the best of what we have, though. If you really want to learn more about the Promised Land, you should speak to Rukil. He's wandering around somewhere on the south side of the village. He doesn't move too far. He's hard on his bones. He's over 100 years old. The children laugh at him, and people think he's crazy because of his stories about the Promised Land, but he's really just a kind old man. He'll be somewhere in the village. I couldn't say where for sure. He's always busy doing whatever he can to make the lives of the other villagers easier. I don't know anything about that, but maybe Gendar could help you. Sorry. Is there anything else you need? There were quite a few people from the surface marching through the village, but none of them bothered to talk to me. Gendar might know more about them. Well, I was born here for starters. My parents were outcasts, banished to the Undercity for some crime or other. They never really liked to talk about it. Everyone here is an outcast, or the descendants of one. It's tough down here, but we survive. I guess it's easier for me since I've never known anything different. Some of the people have given up all hope. They've become bitter and depressed, but most of us are good people, despite what our ancestors may have done. Gendar could probably tell you more, or maybe Rukil. You could talk to them if you want. There were quite a few people from the surface marching through the village. Oh, okay. Well, if you ever need anything, or if you just feel like talking, come back and see me. I hardly ever get a chance to speak to someone from the Upworld.
Wait, Upworlder. You can't go through this gate. There is too much danger and suffering beyond. For your own sake, turn back. I am Isala, healer of this village. I use my knowledge and what little resources we have to care for the outcasts who are sick or injured. But despite my medical training, there is nothing I can do to help the poor souls locked on the other side of this gate. The villagers infected with the Rukgul disease are quarantined beyond this gate. It's only a matter of time until they transform into horrible creatures that would destroy us all.
So you just lock them away in a cage?
For the sake of the village, we have to keep the infected ones locked away. And when they finally do transform into Rukguls, we'll let them destroy each other. Nothing can be done for the infected villagers. Even the serum to counteract the Rukgul disease wouldn't be any use now. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into Rukguls and attack them at any moment. I can't help the infected ones. They have to die so that the rest of the village can live. I accept this. If you think that makes me a coward, so be it. If you have questions, you should speak to Gendar. He's the leader of this village. All my attention has to stay focused on trying to ease the suffering of those within the village. But despite my medical training, there is nothing I can do to help the poor souls locked on the other side of this gate. Farewell.
You come from the world above. Is this the time of destiny, then? Is this a portent of the salvation of my people? Or merely another false sign to mislead us from the path? Are you the herald of prophecy? The beacon to guide us through the darkness? Or are you merely another harbinger of shattered dreams and unfulfilled promises?
Be careful. This one might be crazy enough to be dangerous.
Speak to me, Upworlder. Tell me what fate you unleash upon us. Salvation or damnation? Speak, Upworlder, I beg you! Question. You are uncertain, bewildered, perplexed. Understandable, I suppose. Even after 100 years of life, I myself still become confused at times. Perhaps I can make things more clear. Some things, at least. My name is Rukil, the oldest outcast here in the village. Rukil Wrinkleskin, the children call me sometimes. Once I was honored for my wisdom, but over time the villagers fell away from the true path. Eventually there was only a single apprentice who followed me, and now she is gone too. No, not yet. I must be wary. Careful. You may be a false savior. Dare I share my secrets with you? No, not until you prove yourself. My apprentice is lost. I sent her out into the Undercity to find... Well, I cannot tell you. Not yet. Sadly, my apprentice has not returned. Please, Upworlder, will you help an old man? Will you seek out my apprentice in the Undercity? Her name is Malia. I must know of her fate, whatever it may be. I must know what she found. Finding her may be difficult. Malia could be anywhere in the Undercity. But if you will find her, I will know you to be our true savior. Only then can I reveal my secret knowledge to you. I wish you luck, Upworlder. Come speak to me again once you have discovered the fate of my apprentice.
Greetings, Upworlder. We rarely see your kind here in the Undercity. I find it strange that so many of you have come down from the surface recently.
No offense, but I can see why people normally avoid this place.
Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can. We are the outcasts, shunned from the surface for our crimes and banished here to the Undercity. We banded together to form this village that we might survive in this hostile environment. I am Gendar, leader of this village, as my father was and as was his father before him. Many of us have been here for generations, our ancestors cast down long ago. There is no return to the surface for us or our descendants, but somehow we managed to survive amidst the filth and roaming bands of deadly rat ghouls. Life down here can be difficult. It can break the spirit. Many in the village have become bitter and hopeless, especially those newly cast down. But life goes on, and we must try to make the best of what we have. And maybe someday we will find a better life. Listen to me. I'm starting to sound like Rukil. The oldest man in the village. He's a kind soul, but I'm afraid he's growing weary of this world. He dreams of escaping, of finding a better world. If you wish to speak to him, you can probably find him wandering about the village. As I said, a kind man, though he does cling to his illusions.
The Rakghouls are monsters, hideous mutations who feast on the flesh of our villagers. Their diseased jaws can infect those they attack, transforming the victim into one of those abominations. We know of no cure for the disease, and for the good of the village, we must banish any who become infected, lest they transform and turn on us. Ask your questions, Upworlder. I will answer to the best of my knowledge, though I know little beyond the borders of the Undercity. Yes, I have seen this Twi'lek many times, though I've never spoken to her. She and her Wookiee companion often pass through our village on their way to explore the sewers. There are two entrances into the sewers from the Undercity. One to the northeast of our village, the other to the southeast. But the sewers are dangerous, Upworlder. If you dare to travel those dark tunnels, you would be wise to go heavily armed, unless you wish to become a meal for the Rakghouls and the other foul creatures. Ask your questions, Upworlder. Our village has seen many visitors from the surface recently. Armored troops, swoop gang members, mercenaries. They come to search our sunless world. They're even searching the sewers. As you wish, Upworlder. Should you have need of anything else, come speak to me. I represent the entire village and I will do my best to help you however I can.
You ain't from the village. You're from the Upworld, ain't you? Yes, you've got credits, I bet.
Watch yourself. There's something slimy about this guy. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
My name's Saigir. I run a little salvage shop here. You want to buy something from my store? I got some good deals. If a villager comes across any useful salvage in the Undercity, they bring it to me. Every so often, members from the lower city gangs come down to trade for the salvage. They'll exchange food and medicine for engine parts, old blasters and the like. Sometimes they even give me credits if I have some really good stuff. Oh, you better ask Gendar. He's the spokesman for the village. I just run the store. I don't want to make him mad by answering any questions. Gendar already doesn't like me. Gendar seems to think I should share the profits of my store with the whole village. He figures we're all in this together, so it should be share and share alike. But I'm the one who runs the store. I'm the one who makes the deals. The others just bring me salvage to trade with the Upworlders. Why should they get anything? He caught me hoarding supplies a while back. I figured I'd wait until food was scarce and then I could offer it to people who'd follow me instead of Gendar. Then I'd be the leader. But Gendar made me share my hoard. Ever since then, he hasn't trusted me. He keeps me around because of my store, though. Without it, this village wouldn't stand a chance. It ain't the best stuff. Mostly salvage and such, but the prices are right.
Hurry, Hindar! Hurry! I can hear it coming!
He'll never make it. He's doomed. I told him he was a fool to leave the village.
He will make it. Run, Hindar, run!
Open the gate! Quickly! There isn't much time!
I can't! The Rakghouls are too close!
The mutants will kill him if you don't open the gate!
And if I open the gate, they'll kill us all!
No! You can't do this! It isn't fair! Please, make him open the gate. Hindar will die if he doesn't!
I can't open the gate. Not while the Rakghouls are so near. You'd risk your life for a stranger? You're brave, Upworlder. I'll open the gate for you, but you gotta be quick. In a few seconds, I must close and lock it again.
No! Hindar, no!
A horrible fate for poor Hendar. I warned him not to leave the safety of the village, but I couldn't open the gate. Not while the Rakghouls were so close. I had to protect the village, but enough of this grim talk. We must focus on the positive if we're to survive down here. How can I help you, Upworlder? I'm Trellin, from the Outcast Village. It's my job to guard the gates, and see they are locked to protect us from the Rakghouls. I just guard the gates. Gendar's the leader of the village, Upworlder. You should speak to him if you have any questions. Goodbye, Upworlder.
Please, you have to help me. Nobody else is gonna help me. Even the Becks won't help me. But I can't just leave him there. He's my friend. You'll help me, won't you? It's Zalbar. He's in trouble. Big trouble. We have to help him. If we don't, they'll sell him into slavery. Me and Zalbar, we were just wandering around here in the Undercity. You know, looking for stuff we could find, just kind of exploring. We do it all the time.
I guess with a Wookiee at your side, you've got to figure you can handle the odd Rakghoul attack.
Only this time, they were waiting for us. Gamorrean slave hunters. We didn't even have a chance to run. Big Z threw himself at him and then roared for me to run. I took off. I figured Zalbar would be right behind me. But there were too many of them. He couldn't get away. They're going to sell him to a slaver, I just know it. I can't ask Gadden. He's always telling me not to go into the Undercity. He says it's too dangerous with the Rakghouls and Gamorreans and all. He'll never send his Becks down there. It's a deal. As soon as we get Big Z back, I'll show you a way into that Vulcar base. Now come on! We have to find Zalbar before they sell him to slavers, or worse.
Do you know where he's being kept?
The Gamorreans make their camps in the sewers. I bet that's where we'll find Zalbar. And that's where I'll show you the secret entrance into the Vulcar compound.
Don't move! I'm not afraid to use this blaster if I have to.
Settle down, kid. We've already lost enough men to those damn rat ghouls. The last thing we need now is more casualties from a needless firefight. By the looks of you, I'd say you're down here for the same reason we are. To salvage something from those downed Republic space pods. Let me give you some advice. Forget about it. Do yourself a favor and just head back from where you came. Mandalorians don't make threats. We make promises. But I'm just trying to give you a friendly warning. This isn't a good place to stand around chatting. The Undercity is crawling with rat ghouls. I've already lost a half a dozen men to those monsters.
Candace, I heard something. Over there, in the shadows. Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Looks like we've got company. Get those blasters ready, boys. Damn. I told Davik this salvage mission was a bad idea. His men aren't trained for this kind of thing, and I can't babysit them all. Okay, boys. We're getting out of here before I lose anyone else. I can't carry all this salvage back by myself. You'd be smart to get out of here as well. Even if you can handle the rat ghouls, I doubt there's anything worth finding anymore. Davik sent me down here with this motley crew to scavenge whatever we could from the Republic escape pods that crashed during the recent battle overhead. But the lower city gangs got here first. Anything worthwhile in those Republic pods is probably in their hands by now. Davik won't like that. What are you, an off-worlder? Everyone knows Davik. He's a member of the Exchange. You know, the interstellar crime syndicate. Smuggling, gambling, extortion. Davik controls it all here on Taris. That's why I'm working for him. But lately, the lower city gangs have been giving my boss some trouble. This isn't really the best place to have these kinds of conversations, but I guess I could spare a couple of seconds for you. After all, you did help us out with those rat ghouls. The lower city is overrun with gangs, but the two most important ones are the Hidden Becks and the Black Vulkars. Used to be the Becks were the big dog and kept the others in line. But lately the Black Vulkars are moving in on Beck turf and challenging them for control. The Vulkars are even starting to defy Davik. Take these escape pods, for example. Everyone knew Davik would want first crack at them. But I know for a fact those damn Vulkars have already sent their own salvage party down here. Come on, boys, let's move out!
That hurt, I bet.
Yeah?
What? Huh? Yes?